What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I hope you're having an amazing day. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at Android 11 beta 2. So again over here I completely skipped the beta one, as at the time it released I was in a mid cyclone and I didn't pretty much had internet or electricity for almost 3 to 5 days. So I just completely bailed on it, as there were not many improvements. It was just a much more stabler and public beta version of the existing Android 11. But in beta 2 we do actually get to see a lot of improvements, optimizations and actual changes this time. So again over here, as you can see, this is not a Pixel 2, this is actually my Redmi Note 5 Pro, and we are actually taking a look at Irfan's ported GSI from a Pixel 2. So again over here, this is a GSI and I would be reviewing the GSI itself and the Android 11 part of it. So let's just talk about the GSI. The battery life is now much more better. Like, I'm using the same vendor that I have been using for past 2 to 3 months to review Android 11, and there are a lot of optimizations in terms of idle drain and just random reboots and lags are much more minimized. Like, it only forced reboot me one time while I was updating my GMS, but now it's completely stable. Like, there are pretty much no lags. As you can see, the UI is very fluid. Like, especially in beta 2 they have actually done a lot of optimizations in terms of app opening speeds. Like, look at that. Even a mid-range Snapdragon 636 phone opens stock apps very quick, because even these are quite heavier than the auction OS. But as you can see, everything is very smooth. But let's just talk about the changes. So for example, in terms of launcher there are quite a lot of things, especially the animation. So for example, as you can see, this is not an app, this is actually suggestion right over here, and it changes accordingly to how you use the phone. It's not just based on the last app that you use, well, mostly. But for example, if I just open anything on the home screen, it will just suggest me what I've been using for past few minutes. But if I just launch anything from like my app screen, it will actually exit to it. As you can see, the animation is quite actually fluid. For example, the app is not even there, but it will exit it right over there, which is quite actually nice thing. But just going through notification panel stuff, as you can see, the wallpaper just exits out a bit, which is a very subtle and nice animation, to be honest. The higher hertz screens would actually appreciate it a lot. But as you can see, the notification panel is even tucked in a bit, but for the phones with notch it won't actually matter a lot. But as you can see, notifications and stuff, everything just looks the same. But the music player has been finally added to it. You no longer need a ADB command to just enable it, and the animations are very much optimized. But the 3x3 config has been just completely removed. You now get 3x2 for the quick settings panel. Again, the Android beta program quick setting toggle has been updated, where it just gives you still a disclaimer about it, nothing new in that. But if you just scroll around, you have focus mode and updated toggle, which is just based on the digital well-being. You have bedtime, then again screen record gets a brand new icon. But in terms of settings, it doesn't get anything like bitrate, resolution or FPS. It does actually get record audio from device, which is quite nice. It should be doing it, considering all the third-party options do actually have it. Then again, just going through more toggles, pretty much nothing. Your live caption and storage from Pixel phones. Again, you can check Android 11 beta 2 right over here, and then just going through recent apps panel and stuff. As you can see, the animations are just mind-blowing, even though this is a GSI, not even a ported or a source-based ROM. But as you can see, the buttons over here are much more optimized. For example, you can just screenshot it directly right over here, and the scroll has been completely removed. Now, why it is removed is quite a different answer by Google. Like, they're actually telling they want to integrate it with the system. Currently, the thing that allows you to take a scrolling screenshot is drawing a completely different app for it. For example, how MIUI, One UI or even Auction OS does it. Like, there is a completely different cropping app for it, but they want to include it into the system UI. Well, that can be also done in Android 12 or 11.2 or 11.1 something. But the screenshot times are far more better than what I've seen in compared to One UI and stuff. They do actually take a 1 to 2 second delay once you actually capture the screen. So that's actually quite nice. But now you also get the select button right over here, and it highlights all the available text on itself, which is actually quite nice. I can now just directly tap on it and just copy or search it, which is quite nice, to be honest. When I get text from Oxford University students, it's quite handy. Then again, just going through more stuff, quick settings panel and everything. Screenshots now do actually appear again onto the notifications. That was again completely removed. But in terms of messaging and stuff, there are a lot of optimizations in terms of bubble notifications and how they act. And again, you would be getting a similar layout for the Chrome on the desktop, which is quite nice. They are quite flowing the theme of Google Apps. So directly going to the quick settings panel, as you can see, it looks very nice, and even the animation is now much more optimized. As you can see, looks much more nicer than before, and kind of has this ripple effect, as you can see, which does actually look quite nice. And look at that app opening times. Wow, Let's just clear out everything and just try few of the apps like Digital Wellbeing, quite fast. Then again, let's just try Files by Google, very fast. Like these do actually take a lot of time in these forwarded GSIs, which are based on the past vendors. Like look at that. Even the Google camera app, this is the Gcam 7.4, still it runs and works very amazing. Like these optimizations are quite actually saying something this time. But just taking a look at more things, for example, let's just go to the settings. If you just go to display, styles and wallpapers, you still get your newer icons and stuff, but the clock has been completely removed. Like there is no option for a clock anymore. Yeah, as you can see, there was no clock. So that's quite weird. Again, I completely forgot, for some of the phones, the Google Photos app icon would be the older one because a lot of people hate it. But for me, it's still the newer one. I guess it doesn't think that it's a Pixel phone due to the GSI, but you do get the Fusion settings right over there as before. But if you just come down to the power button, as you can see, it has the power and restart completely different. But on some of the newer Pixel phones, you would be of course getting the Google Pay card right over here. Then again, your normal Google Home settings and the power off menu and the restart would be in a same toggle. The third option would be lock screen. Then coming back to the settings app, if you just go to the notifications, you have conversations and it has a completely different tab. Well, this is actually great. Now you can actually find this option. Earlier you need to have a certain string to just activate it, but now it's finally integrated. And yeah, that's basically it for the Android 11 Beta 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this helpful, please drop a like and subscribe down there for more content like this or anything different than MIA 12. And see you guys in the next one. Peace.